Hey everybody, today I'm very excited to share with you my DIY acoustic treatment project. In this 3-part series, I'm going to show you how I built these acoustic panels, all from materials from a Home Depot, as well as I'm going to show you where I hung them in my studio and why. And I'm going to give a quick demonstration on how it sounds before and after. This is the first time I've used any kind of acoustic treatment, so I'm pretty excited myself to see how this sounds. You guys are going to see more video game covers as well as more other musical covers. And I think I'm going to do more home studio stuff. The more I get into it, I keep learning more and more. If you guys like this video or if it helped you out at all, please hit that like button. It lets me know that you guys like the content I'm making and that I should make more of it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You'll see more content like this, as well as video game covers and other types of covers. So I'll stop talking now and show you guys how I built these panels. Enjoy. Alright, so before we get started, we're going to need a few things. We're going to need a stapler, some glue, we're going to need an X-Acto knife, which I don't think I ended up using at all, a measuring tape, a Sharpie or something to write with. You need some personal protective equipment, so some glasses, a dust mask, some gloves. You'll also need some scissors and some way to fasten these things to the wall. What I used for the back was 2 foot by 4 foot hardboard, it's called. They're only about like $8 each or something like that. For the fabric, I just went to my local fabric store and got the cheapest black fabric I can find. For the actual foam, this is stuff called rock wool or stone wool. It's insulation. The stuff I got is about 3 inches thick, and I got 8 of them. They are already pre-cut 2 feet by 4 feet, so that was pretty convenient. Alright, so first thing, you definitely want to be wearing your glasses and your dust mask and your gloves. That rock wool stuff is an irritant. You definitely don't want it in your eyes, and you don't want it on your skin. I got it on my arms here because I wasn't wearing a long sleeve shirt. And my arms were pretty itchy, but you know, I kind of dealt with it. Also, if you have any pets or children, you kind of want to keep them out of the area. I would have done this outside if it wasn't freezing cold, but I live in Canada and I didn't want to freeze to death. So what I'm just doing here is I'm using that glue to kind of adhere this rock wool to the wood. The stuff is kind of durable, but it'll fall apart if you mess with it too much. I felt the glue held it on there a little better so I could work with it a little easier, that's all. I'm just stacking them here to cause a little pressure so the glue can dry onto the boards. Now for the cloth, in order to figure out how much cloth I needed, I kind of took the length of the boards, so they're 4 feet long. I knew I wanted 8 of them, so I basically made sure I had enough for 8. I added a foot to each one, so 8 times 5 is 40, so that's 40 feet. And then I added an extra panel just in case I screwed up, or just some wiggle room just for a fudge factor. So I ended up with about 44 feet of this fabric. As you can see while I'm cutting, it's not very precise. I'm just kind of going a couple inches over each side just so it's enough to pull it over. So as you can see, I already did a bunch. I saved the last 2 for the video. This was the best technique I kind of figured out for trying to put this stuff on. I put it on first, and then I tuck in the sides, and then I pin one side to the ground and flip the whole thing over. That kind of keeps the rock wool intact and makes sure it doesn't, you know, crumble apart on me. So I found that doing these ends first was the easiest, and it worked the best for me. And then I kind of folded the corners in, get those corners nice and tight, stapled them, and then I kind of got the middle tight, stapled from the center, and then work my way out. I didn't pull it too tight on one side. I waited till I got to the opposite side to actually pull it tight. As you can see, it looks all right. Move these out of the way so you can actually see what I'm doing. So yeah, I did the same thing here. I tuck in the sides, I flip it over, I fold up one side, staple that in place, pull that side tight, staple that side in place, fold in the corners, staple the corner, put more staples in the staple gun, start from the center, and then my camera dies. So that's fantastic. So in order to hang these, I didn't do anything too difficult. I just measured 4.5 inches down, and then I found the center, and then out from the center I measured 3 inches, drilled a little hole, and put in 2 little eye screws. That was pretty much it. I use this hanging wire, I put it in, and I wrap it up, and yeah, it's good to go. Let's do a quick cost analysis of doing it the DIY way and doing it the professional way. So a bundle of 3-inch rock wool was $68. The fabric I bought was $58. The hardboard was $64 for 8 panels total. So the total was $190, and I had to cover 64 square feet. So that works out to $2.97 Canadian per square foot. Now in this, I didn't include things that other people might have around the house. I did have to buy some other things, like I had to buy that staple gun. I had to buy the glue, the fasteners, but a lot of people have that kind of stuff just around the house, so I only included the major costs in this. Now let's take a look at one that I found on Amazon. Now the key here is 3-inch foam. 1 inch isn't really going to do anything, 2 inches is good, 3 inches from what I've researched is pretty ideal for foam. So this was on Amazon from Seismic Audio. 3-inch foam, it's a 12 pack. Each panel is 1 foot by 1 foot, so it's $166.60 for essentially 12 square feet. Works out to $13.80 per square foot. Now if you want to cover the same square footage that I had to, which was 64 square feet, times $13.80 per square foot, you're looking at $885 as opposed to the $190 that I spent. Now don't get me wrong, it's professional grade stuff. It's going to work differently and probably work a lot better than the stuff I bought. But I just have a little hobby studio in my spare bedroom that I don't really need the professional grade stuff right now for what I'm doing. So what I did worked really well for me, and hey, maybe it'll work really well for you. If you have the money to spend, by all means, go ahead, buy the real stuff. I'm sure it's fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was really helpful to you. If you did like it, or if it did help you in any way, please hit that like button again. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check back for part 2 and 3 where I show you where and why I'm going to hang the panels in my studio, and as well as a before and after of how the room sounds with and without the acoustic treatment. Well, that's it for now. I hope you liked my video. Hit that like button again, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.